Good evening, chat. Oh, wait, sorry. Forgot to start my phone up. Okay, now we're ready. Good evening, chat. Been a little while since the last time I streamed. I hope everyone hasn't forgotten the plot to this game so far, because it is a bit convoluted. But if you have, do not worry, because in just a moment, I will give my best attempt to recapping it. I've been looking forward to this stream every day since the last one. Oh, great. Oh, muted? Huh, I'm still muted? Because in OBS, it's showing the audio coming through. Let's see. It's audio properties. Okay, how about now? Oh, never mind. All good. Okay. All right. Glad to hear that it's working. Yeah, sometimes with the microphone issues, they can strike whenever, wherever. You can just never be fully prepared for them. But anyway, it's good to see you, Tia. And thank you, by the way, for your nice note. Yeah, that you've been looking forward to the stream every day since the last one. Oh, huh, not muted, but quiet. Could the game audio be too loud? Because I haven't changed my mic settings since the last one. I've got the gain set relatively high. Maybe I'll turn the game audio on a little bit lower. But thanks for letting me know. That is always useful for me to know these things. Okay, that should make the voice audio slightly louder. But if it's still too quiet, let me know. Also, Blue Ice Cubes, welcome. Nice to see you in the stream as well. And I actually did not even think about your first comment, Tia, the point that you brought up in it, until I read your comment that, yeah, apparently the characters in the thumbnail are actual characters from the game. Before I just thought okay, these are, just some characters, and I didn't really think about them that much, to be honest. But yeah, between Lawrence and Edith and Francis, that seems like a pretty good guess for who they are. I myself do not really know for sure who they are. I would be kind of surprised though if one of them wasn't Jason, since he's the character that we're playing as, but who knows? Perhaps Jason will not end up being the main character in the end. So for anyone who wants to get just a recap of the story of this game so far, here is my best. Oh, Tia says I can barely hear the game and my sound is normal. So IDK what it is. Yeah, well, if it would help for me to experiment a little more with my mic settings, let me know. I'm seeing the volume slider in OBS. It seems to be in the yellow, but it could be maybe it's coming out quieter than I anticipated. I can always try to increase the gain a little bit more if that's something that would help. But while I'm thinking about that, I did also want to say that, yeah, for the plot of this game, it is a little bit convoluted, but that's what makes it interesting, I suppose. But my best attempt to sort of understand it is that the character we're playing as is an MBU who is sort of like a disembodied mind. We saw in the prologue a sequence where he was taking over somebody else's body to try to get someone else to divulge information. But then he was sort of set free from his overlords by some mysterious other person like him, some mysterious force. We haven't really found out much about that particular scene yet since the prologue, but I have a feeling we might be seeing more about it a bit later. And now we're playing as Jason Dai, who is apparently the new person that our MBU is controlling. But it seems like he's wants to do this long term, wants to sort of stick with this guy and just have a normal, steady life. He has a girlfriend and is trying to get a job at a flop farm, which is a massive sort of data / power center where they try to sort of farm compute for the massive AI loads, the massive power loads and compute loads that are required for the AI in this society. And the way that they generate enough energy is by using human brains to do it. They have people who sign up to sort of lend their brains, lend their bodies for the AI compute, and those people are colloquially known as juicers. It's a bit of a low status job, and we've also seen in the most recent playthrough that apparently it's a dangerous job. Apparently some people have been killed while doing it. The process has wrecked their bodies to the point of leaving them dead. And we saw that one person who attacked us with a knife because he wanted to get revenge for the way that the process had killed his own family. So a pretty dramatic ending to that last stream. And we're starting to see that like the place where our character has applied to work is apparently ethically questionable at best. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the plot sort of continues from here. So let us, chat, go ahead and continue. We'll see where it takes us. Also, now that we're out of the main menu, chat, let me know if my voice is still a little too quiet. If it is, I can try increasing the gain a little bit more. But I don't know if leaving the main menu might have affected it. Perhaps not. Okay. So, right, here's the character we're playing as, Jason Dai. And where we left off last time, I had just disarmed the attacker, the guy with the knife. And I think that was the last thing. Yeah, I had to clock out. And that was pretty much the last thing. So I think now I'm good to go back home. Let's see, there's the entrance lobby. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can do here. I think I need to go, yeah, to the shuttle platform, and that's where I can find my my girlfriend and get back to my apartment and just, you know, call it a day after a busy first day of work. I don't think that face was there before. Somebody drew that. Okay, it's probably nothing, but these are the little details that make me wonder when playing this game. Tia says, I think right now we're waiting to see what connection there is between the prologue and non-black market society in this game. Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it too, because like in the prologue we saw kind of the world of crime, the world of what my character was involved in, of like secret government ops and that kind of thing. This newer part of the game seems to be more of just like a guy who's trying to live like a relatively normal life. Okay, here's where we're supposed to be. Shane, okay, we haven't met this character yet. Shane says, you were doing a great job. I knew I could trust you. Thank you. Oh, there's Fran. Okay, that's our girlfriend. Thank you, Mr. Yan. Don't let me keep you any longer. See you next time. Hopefully you can find a way to deal with those directors. So, oh, you sound fine, by the way. Apparently my heater is much louder than I thought, so I turned it off. Hopefully I don't get cold. Okay. So thank you, Tia. That's good to know. But yeah, I wouldn't want you getting cold, so feel free to... it's okay. If it makes my voice a little quieter, that doesn't matter. I think it's more important that you stay warm. Hopefully you can find a way to deal with those directors. Ha, I will. Good night, Miss Ching. Good night. Jason Dai? Why didn't you tell me? Oh no, is she mad at us? What did I tell her? Don't tell me she found out what happened already. Oh, the knife attack. Yeah, that was the thing because I didn't want to worry her. I really didn't want to have you worried. I thought it's probably better to tell you in person. I think we should just come clean. I mean, both of these are pretty honest, I suppose, but like not worrying her was the main motivation that I believe my character had in that moment. So I'll tell her, I really didn't want to have you worried. Now that I found out, I'm twice as worried. Twice as worried? I mean, I took the guy out. He's no longer a threat. You don't have to worry about that guy anymore, friend. Please don't do that again. Well, okay, maybe I can agree. Next time there is a knife attack and I disarm the attacker, I will let you know sooner. Do you know how I felt hearing about you from others? I'd go downstairs to check on you if it weren't for Mr. Yan. She's trembling. Are you really, really all right? I was worried sick. You worry about me like that much? I'm perfectly okay, Fran. Well, these dialogue options are kind of sweet. Like, the bottom one is the, like, stoic, oh, yeah, like, it was nothing at all. But then the top one's more of like, oh, wow, like, you really care? I think I'll go with this one. You worry about me like that much? That much and more. I say this every stream, but this is why Axe is single. Because I wouldn't want to worry my partner. My heart froze when I heard about it. I can tell that no big deal attitude. I love it when she smiles. These two are adorable. By the way, yeah, who was that guy? Maybe we should ask this. That guy. Oh, no, not the guy who attacked, but the guy she was talking to, Shane. Oh, he's the CEO of Vision Computation. So he's the boss of all flop farms under Vision. Okay, pretty important dude then. I should have told you about him, no? He's been nice to me. It was he who approved my petition to transfer. No questions asked. Okay, seems like a pretty cool dude. Intentions do not equal impact. Yeah, I suppose that's true. More importantly, he's a good man, not morally bankrupt like other senior executives. Okay, now, let's go. Elevator ride all the way up. Yeah, I suppose looking back, if I had told her about the knife attack, but done it in a, very careful way, if I had just made clear to specify at the outset, like, I'm fine, everything's fine, but, there was a guy who attacked me with a knife, but, I took him out and he didn't manage to hurt me. Maybe I could have done it in a careful enough way to where she wouldn't have been, too worried. But anyway, I suppose it's all in the past now. Water under the bridge. I love this night breeze. Here, over here. Oh, that's right. She wants to, like, celebrate their anniversary that my character kind of forgot earlier. How is it? How is what? How is what? Okay, now, I know I'm not going to choose the top one here because, like, that one's just a little too clueless. I'll just tell, like, it's breathtaking. Like, this is such a nice romantic view, honey. I love this. Yep. It's breathtaking, right? I come here every once in a while. From here, I can see the HQ tower. The sight of it reminds me of things. Fran used to work here, where she felt happy. Oh, sorry, I misread that. Where she never felt happy. There, oh, okay, sorry, I was increasing the game audio in OBS slightly. Fran used to work there where she never felt happy. Back then, I thought I could see all the way to the end of my life. Work and more work. Until you showed up. Oh, so I helped her find a more positive direction in her life. I've been thinking lately that you have changed me a lot. Oh, this is really sweet. Once I was so eager, trying my best to prove. Yeah, like, chat, like, if you don't have someone in your life like this, try to find someone who is as appreciative of you as Fran is of our character Jason. Once I was so eager, trying my best to prove my worth. Prove to whom? Yeah, I'll ask her this. Funny, I never asked myself that, not even once. Everything I did was to earn myself the peace of mind. I think that's something a lot of people experience. Because I was constantly afraid that maybe someday, out of the blue, someone would show up and tell everyone that I'm a fake. That's an understandable feeling too, I think. It's a fear that many people have. That I'm nothing. I don't deserve anything I own. That I'm the child that no one ever is proud of. Heavy words. This someone never appeared. Instead, I found you. You made me see how lost I was. Though you don't like to give advice, you kind of made me see myself, see what I really want. Now I want to help others by giving what they need when they need it. Well, this means so much, Fran. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I like to think that I'm the kind of, or even just like imagining myself as the character in this game. You know, someone who might help people to believe in themselves and to keep, you know, to keep moving forward in a positive direction. And it sounds like she feels that way about my role in her life. I can see how being belittled by her dad growing up would lead to trying to prove herself. This is too real. Yeah, no, it is, Tia. You're right. Yeah, and I think that aspect of it does actually, yeah, tie into her character a lot. That feeling of her dad never being proud of her, and that's probably what led her to feel that way later. Me, I'm nobody's pride and joy. Yeah, that seems to be the feeling that she had, or at least that she has had. Or at least I hope that's... Sorry, I might be misinterpreting your comment, Tia. If it's meant as a description of what she was feeling like, or if it's meant as a description of yourself. If it's a description of yourself, I am sorry to hear that you're feeling that way. But I assure you there are people who care about you, and I think that it's not to get sidetracked on personal matters, but I think that I don't think it's true to say that you're nobody's pride and joy. But again, I realize you might just be talking about the character and her feelings, Fran's feelings here, in which case I've failed to understand, I guess, the nature of your comment. But in any case, I do think that you offer some very insightful observations on what Fran is going through. Fran says, like what you did for me. No, Fran. Quite the opposite. You saved me. Oh, Jason, you should tell her that. That is a good way of putting it. Oh, no. Okay, I wish he had told her that instead of just thinking it. This is why I asked to be transferred here. I hope to help these contributors by finding a way that is reasonably profitable, yet much more humane. Or so I believe. Well, that aligns pretty well with the manager, because she seems to want to do the right thing too, so I can see Fran getting along with the manager. Sorry, I've been going on and on about myself. You are the star of the show today, Jay. How do things go? The interview involved in field practice, no verdict yet. I tried out every single thing under screening. Yeah, I think I'll go with the top one here. That involved in field practice, no verdict yet. Although I did, I think, do pretty well by most of the metrics, so I'm probably going to get offered the job. I know it still would have been nice to be cared about by the people whose job it was to do so from the beginning of my life. Yeah, no, that's well said, Tia. I wish you had had that experience growing up too. Wow, Miss Ye surely leaves no stone unturned. How do you feel about her so far? Adamant when it comes to her principles, she forces her standards on others. I'm gonna go with the top one because, like, yeah, I respect, you know, her approach. It seems like she really is a very principled person. Yes, exactly. I feel the same. You should have witnessed firsthand that this line of work involves difficult decisions. That it does. Being adamant after so many years in the business is a rare quality. I suppose you like her management style? Let's see, yeah, she's pretty good. Sort of. Nope, I don't like her at all. I think, yeah, I can say that, yeah, she's pretty good. Great. Hey, the most important thing, did you get the job? No idea yet, with everything interrupted by the psychopath. That's a little negative. I'm going to try to keep the mood positive. I'll probably find out tomorrow. Is that so? Wait, they want you to be here again tomorrow? Yes, because I only tried out screening today. Yeah, tomorrow is field practice for ops. I mean, these, I think, amount to not quite the same thing, but close to the same thing. I'll just tell her, yeah, tomorrow's field practice for ops. Wait! I just realized, didn't you say this interview was for ops? Why did they ask you to try out screening today? Miss EA says she wants to see which is the better fit. Simply put, I have equal chance for both screening and ops. I actually don't remember exactly what Miss EA said. It's been too long. But I'll just tell her that, yeah, Miss EA wants to see which is the better fit. Sounds like she doesn't trust Silencio's decision very much. I suppose she doesn't. She's a little skeptical of the AI here. Makes sense given her age. Yeah, oldsters are like that. People from her generation tend not to trust AI. Ooh, she has too many memories of ChatGPT hallucinating. But it's not a bad thing. Now you have double the chances. Show them your best. But I don't mean to distract from the game. I think this game and Francis in particular are really great representations of Asian struggles. We don't always see this, but it's refreshing. Yeah, that's a good note, Tia, that with this game in particular, because I didn't really know that about this game before playing. I wasn't really paying much attention to who the developer was or, you know, what kind of cultural context the game would portray. So I think that is cool, the way that it goes into that and gives this very, you know, real portrait of the of what, you know, some people in contexts like these can go through. So Francis says, so show them your best. So everything you did today was for screening, Jay. Suddenly she's getting serious. I guess you have met the people we regularly sign contracts with. And the man who tried to kill you. What do you make of it? What does she mean? This career that I'm in, the flop farming business as a whole, are we preying on the disadvantaged? I mean, it kind of does seem that we are. Because these people come in like desperate for work, and apparently it's really dangerous and low status what we have them do. And we are, you know, aren't supposed to tell them about the beneficial provisions in the contract unless they specifically ask about them. So yeah, there are some ethically questionable things about this business. Sort of. I don't think so. This is not a yes or no question. Why ask? I mean, I think it's clear why she's asking. It's, you know, these are important matters. I think only someone who didn't particularly care about ethics, I think, would ask this last one, you know, why ask in seriousness. I'm just gonna tell you, yeah, like, sort of. Like, that seems like the fairest of these responses. You think so? So far, I have found no answer. I came here with the hope to help people. The more I do, the less I believe in what I'm doing. Maybe what I do doesn't matter. Nothing could change the industry. She hoped that some way, somehow, she could save everyone. But the truth is that she's only one girl. Maybe this whole industry is built on the exploitation of the poorest people. Fran. What should I do? I should calm her down. To tell you the truth, Jay, I'm living in constant fear. Fear that what I believe is for the better turns out to be just as bad. Well, I would say, Fran, the very fact that you have that fear shows that you're someone who cares deeply about doing the right thing. And I think that says a lot about you. Sometimes with these things, we don't know the answer for sure. We just have to do our best and keep moving forward and be willing to change the course of our actions if it turns out that we're not living up to the way that we should. I don't want to be a snob who's full of fancy talk. I'll really hate myself for it. Fran, you're overthinking it. I don't think she is. I think these are, important questions for anyone to think about. What if I told you I want to quit? Well, I would support you and hope that you find work that you're happier with. If someday I do find the answer to my question, it means I must quit this job. Yeah, I can find something else. We'll handle it together, whatever the future brings us. Can empathize with Fran here. It's hard to be moral in an immoral world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another nice way of putting it. That does seem to be the struggle that Fran is having right now, the kind of internal struggle that she's having. Whatever you decide, oh, hey, chat, this is exactly what I was saying. Whatever you decide, I'm always by your side, Fran. That's good. I'm glad that our character is supportive, because that's, like, Fran's a pretty cool character, so she deserves support. Next, can you switch to live chat instead of top chat? YouTube strikes again. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right, T. I didn't notice that the YouTube chat was taking out some of the comments. So let's see, one of your earlier ones that I missed was, yeah, me neither. The devs are probably Chinese and clearly put a lot of care into writing and localizing the game. The world building is peak. You found a real hidden gem. Oh, okay. Oh, I see, and that's why there was this comment, world building. When I read that comment earlier, I was just like, yeah, world building. Like, yeah, the world building in this game is good. I didn't know there was a whole other comment and that it was correcting the, word building. That's actually an interesting word in its own right, word building. Maybe someone who's gifted at coming up with neologisms, we would call them a good word builder. But yeah, I'm glad you're liking this game, because I'm enjoying it too. I think that it's a game I think I've only heard of like once or twice on like some random, I don't even know how I first heard of it, but I'm glad it stuck with me enough to remember to play it on stream. So Jason says, I'd say go for it, don't worry about money, leave it to me. Yeah, that's right, I'll bring in the money. Your call, Fran, I'm always by your side. Okay. Oh, these are both nice and supportive. Let's see, go for it, don't worry about money, leave it to me. Your call, Fran, I'm always by your side. Yeah, at first I was thinking maybe like one of them would be like an unsupportive response, but I'm glad they're both supportive. Maybe I'll just go with this top one, but like really I could see myself answering with either one. Thank you. Yeah, I can tell she appreciated that response, I think. Humans really love to shove words together. Yep, that they do. Sometimes there could be like really cool words just, as a result of combining other words together. It's tough to think of examples off the top of my head, but there are some words like that I think are pretty neat and fun to use. It's always like this. Hmm? What's always like this? Like what? When I tell you about my trouble, you never give a straight answer. Oh no, chat. I feel so seen. She's on to me. And not just my character in the game, but me IRL. How does she know? How does she know these things about me? She's inside my head. No matter how much we talk, my questions remain unanswered. Well, I mean, didn't I tell her like if she wanted to quit, like I support her, and I feel like that was an answer. I can't help you, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, how can I be of real help then? What else would you like me to do? No, I don't mean that. What you did is exactly what I need. Oh, okay. then what's the problem? Sorry, I'm getting confused here. My life, my decisions, my future, I must find my own answer. Yes, that is true, indubitably. Though, of course, I am here to help you find your own answer if that's something that you feel you could use. But yes, ultimately, the answer must be yours. However, I don't have what it takes to face it alone. Ooh, and that's where I come in. You've already helped me time and time again. You remind me that no matter what happens, what path I choose, you will always be there for me. Yes, that is right. Even if I push you aside, even if I try to dig a hole and hide in it. That's right, dig any hole you want. I will find the hole and carry you out of it until you are no longer underground. That is my solemn promise to you, Gran. You always find me and tell me that I have you. Thank you for finding me, Jay. Well, thank you, Fran. I'm glad that we could find each other. How many times I have lost count ever since we first met. Fran, the moon. Did you see that, chat? Okay. Something terrible is about to happen. I just know it. He's a better BF than I thought from the initial stream. Yeah, from the initial one, he did seem like he was kind of the typical, like, stereotypical, you know, nonchalant of, oh, like, yeah, like, this is my girlfriend. I don't really pay much attention to her. You know, he didn't really seem to care that much, but he actually seems like he's stepping up now. Like, you know, he's caring more. Just tomorrow is the 4th anniversary of our relationship, which I totally did not forget about. Yeah, time flies. 4 years in a blink. Must mean we both enjoy the time together. I'd say that's right. Yeah, it's a good sign that you're enjoying things if time is flying by. I love you. Aw. I love you. This is a really nice, sweet scene. Though that computer glitch effect earlier kind of has me worried that something bad is about to happen. Let's go home. Ooh, and that was chapter 1. It's been a long day. Not sleeping yet? Yeah. Oh, yeah, she still looks like she's ready to, like, do work. You go to bed first. I'll take a shower. Night. Oh, hey, chat, I wonder if we're going to see Hank again at the door. Maybe he's going to give us another lecture on women. Because we haven't seen Hank in a while. I feel like he's exactly what this game needs right now. Night. Love you. You're weird today, huh? Yeah, it's totally not because I'm actually like another person who just took over this guy's body and is now like trying to make this life work. Love you too. Man, I'm exhausted. Hopefully tonight won't have trouble. Okay, what kind of trouble is he talking about here, chat? Oh no, sleeping. You again. Jason die? Yeah, where are we? So you really have no idea, do you? I think what this is, this must be like when he goes to sleep and dreams, he briefly accesses a kind of liminal space, a space where he's not anymore in the character's body. Like in this case, in Jason Dye's body. It's like maybe on some computer server somewhere. And then he gets access to, I guess, thoughts that he wouldn't normally have. So you really have no idea, do you? Right, yeah, what's happening? What is this place? I guess I have sort of figured out. I mean, I think, like, I have a hypothesis, but I don't think I'm confident enough to say I figured it out. So I'm going to ask him, yeah, what's happening? What is this place? I have a bad feeling. Yeah, me too. We are inside my mind. Probably. You will be trapped here for a while until my body wakes up. Okay. So it was kind of along the lines that we were thinking, chat. How do you know? You have seen things like this before? You're a sharp one. Oh, thank you. I can tell you are different from the others, though. Why? What do you mean by different? The others? Oh, has Jason been taken over before by other MBUs? And he's now comparing me to them. Probably because I was sent here against my will. Not 100% sure, but I wouldn't want to be here if given the choice. The others. Yeah, I'd like to ask him what he means by this. Yeah, like what others? Yeah, those who came before you. You've been controlled by others before. Yeah. Hey, answer me. Why aren't you like the others? Probably because I was sent here against my will. Actually, I wonder, like, why has he been controlled by others before? Like, is he a person who has that much interest to whatever organization or government sector controls the MBUs? Not 100% sure, but I wouldn't want to be here if given the choice. Tell me, yeah, probably because I was sent here against my will. Here, you mean my mind? You're sharp, aren't you? Is that supposed to be sarcastic? Yeah, I think that during our dreams, I guess is the only time we get to talk with the real Jason Dai. And he gets to sort of share with us how he feels about us taking him over. Wow, is that why Francis is used to his being a jerk? I think so, yeah. Like, the real Jason Dai is more of a jerk than the MBU character that we're playing as, who took him over. No, I was trying to lighten you up. Acknowledged. I'm sorry. Are you always so serious? Boring. I'm only trying to sort things out. Sent against your will, you said. Yes, that is correct. Meaning you didn't mean to occupy my body. Yes, what does it matter to you? Oh, hey, Yoavko, welcome. Nice to see you. Remember, people who have gone through the operation could be taken over at any time for the rest of their lives. Oh, that's a good note, yeah. So maybe the fact that he's been taken over before makes it easier for others to do the same thing. Congrats on upcoming thingy. Oh, thanks, Yoavko. Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, Tia and Karis and I will all be doing the inaugural collab on Tia's channel. I wouldn't be here if my sleep schedule weren't broken again. Oh, sorry to hear that your sleep schedule is having some trouble. I understand what that's like. But you're, of course, free to stay on this stream for as long as you want, and I hope that it helps. maybe my hearing my voice or following along with the gameplay will make it easier to go to sleep. But just to give a quick rundown, we play as a sort of character who takes over people's bodies in this game, and now we're talking to the person in a dream whose body we have taken over. So meaning you didn't mean to occupy my body. I'm just going to tell him yes. I see. Can I know a bit more? I mean, about you. Like who I am? What do you want to know? I'm going to be very open-ended and say, yeah, like, what do you want to know? Starting from your name, if you have one. MBU? I don't know. Well, MBU is probably not my name. It sounds like more like a unit designation. That entire paragraph has me scratching my head. Yeah, this part of the game definitely gets a little more confusing. But I'm going to tell him I don't know my name. Yeah. Figured. What do you remember before being sent into my body? I was trapped inside another person, a man. I had to follow orders from some strange people. Well, yeah, he probably knows that I was trapped inside another person. I'll tell him I have to follow orders from some strange people. In other words, you were controlled by someone, maybe an organization. How did you barge into my mind? Also following their orders? No, they were killed before I was sent here. Something seriously weird sent me over. I want to see his reaction to this, the fact that they were killed. We still don't know exactly what killed them from the prologue. What? Killed by whom? Really don't know. It was something like a specter. That probably is the best word that I can think of to describe it. Poor Jason, he must be relieved to be possessed by a nice person for once, if he has to be possessed at all. You know, you raise a fair point, Tia. I can't say I would like to be possessed, but if I were going to be possessed by someone, I would want it to be a nice person and, you know, not just like some jerk. Like, if at the end of the day, one day I found out that I had been, like, possessed for the whole previous day, like, at first I'd be kind of alarmed, but then if I found out that the person who possessed me, like, treated everyone nicely and everything, then I feel like I'd be at the end like, okay, you know, this wasn't as bad as I feared. You know, I'd still kind of be not too happy that it happened, but it's much better that it happened with a nice person than someone who was not nice. Wonder what happened to those that came before. Where did they end up? Yeah, that's a good question too, Blue Ice Cubes. My guess is that they're probably inhabiting other bodies right now, but I guess we don't know for sure. We're only getting more questions than answers here. To sum it up, you were dumped into a stranger's body, totally unprepared, and stayed for a whole day. Yeah, I pretend this is a video game. Improvise. There was some nice sort of meta, sort of fourth wall breaking humor there. Look at that, I pretend this is a video game. This video game is my life. I thought he might say that. That nitpicky Miss Ye does like you, though. That's right, yeah, like, dude, I went into the job interview for you, and I, like, pretty much nailed most of it. Like, I made a good impression on the manager, so, you know, you're welcome. I would hope they do all my essays. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool, too. Except then I guess, like, if I'm going to enter my professorial mode for a moment, I would say, well, but then you wouldn't get the experience, the practice of, you know, struggling through the writing, and that's what makes you a better student and better writer. But yeah, I cannot lie that if I were possessed by someone and then I found out that they had actually done work that I was, you know, like that I had been putting off, I'd be like, oh, okay, like, you know, at least there's that, you know, out of this. I do think that's a very understandable reaction. You don't like her either. What's with that either? You don't like her? I like her sort of. Don't really have a perfect spin on it. I'll say I like her sort of. I interpreted the either as referring to, like, you know, other people at the company. I like her sort of. Is that so? Everything considered, thank you for not screwing up my day. You handled everything well. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I try, you know. Don't mention it, bro. Thank you. I just followed my heart. I love this one. Yeah, don't mention it, bro. That's what bros are here for, you know. Helping each other live a good life when we are accidentally sort of sent into their bodies and have to, you know, live their life for a day. Actually, it kind of reminds me of that movie, chat. I don't know if any of you have seen that anime film, Your Name, by Makoto Shinkai. I think it's about 10 years old by now. But it's a really good film that has a premise that is somewhat like this. Maybe a little less sci-fi and just more fantasy, but the premise of sort of being suddenly put into someone else's body and, you know, having to live as them for a while. Is it bad that if that were me, I'd be afraid they didn't do my work well enough? I don't think that's bad to you. I think that's a very natural reaction too. Because, like, I would feel the same way. Like, if somebody said, oh yeah, like I finished that paper, like, or that blog post or whatever that you were working on, or like I did that live stream that you were about to do. Like, my immediate reaction would be to be, like, super scared that they just kind of half-assed it, you know, and didn't really do that good a job. So I would immediately want to go and check to see, like, okay, like, how did they actually do? How did they actually do at this? Did they put in the same, you know, care that I would have? Anyway, we must figure out a way to get you out of my body. I don't think you will stay for long, though. Wouldn't it be so optimistic? Yeah, how does he know this? Not for long, how do you know? From experience, no one has stayed inside me for over a week yet. If you have no say in this matter, you'll have to live my life in my stead. Please try to be considerate. I don't want to face one heck of a mess when you leave. I'd have to be such a jerk to do that. Like, the last thing before I do is, you know, get into a big argument with Fran and then be like, okay, Jason, now you get your body back. All you have to do is rant to them in your dreams, Tia. Oh, like if you want to make sure they do a good job, you can like tell them of like, okay, here are the specifications for like the things that I want you to do. I mean, I guess that would be something at least, though I would still, or I don't want to speak for Tia, but I know I could say if it were me, I would still worry, like, are they going to do as good of a job? Even if I tell them what I want them to do. I'd like to think I'd be able to tell the imposter acts from the real acts. Oh, thanks, Tia. Yeah, I think, yeah, probably, I think you would. It would have to be someone who's, because you know me pretty well, so I don't know if there could be an imposter that would convince you. Some of the viewers who might not watch my streams as often, maybe some of them would be fooled. Or if it were like someone who's really mean or whose personality is really unlike me, perhaps no one would be fooled. Or people might just think I'm playing kind of like a weird joke in that event. Yeah, but what if it's a really good imposter? Then yeah, I guess things would be a little more difficult there. Just try to be considerate. I don't want to face one heck of a mess when you leave. Didn't you say I'm doing pretty well? Ah, I did. Let me put it another way. I don't want to think about the possibility of facing one heck of a mess when you leave. It's unlikely with how unique this man is. Oh, thanks, Tia. I'll take that as a compliment. You know, one question that they haven't gone into yet, but that is kind of interesting to think about just from the standpoint of applied ethics, is if we assume that Jason, the real Jason, and his girlfriend Fran are monogamous, does that mean that my character, like controlling Jason's body, should refrain from ever sleeping with Fran? Like, would that be a sort of instance of cheating? But like, what if, like, if I'm in this guy's body for like an extended period of time, like, what am I supposed to do about that, you know? Because like, presumably Fran is going to want to at some point. Like, do I just tell her no until the real Jason comes back? Because I don't think I could like explain to her like what the reason is. At least the rules of the game so far seem to be you know, prohibiting that. And I don't think she would take it well if I told her, oh yeah, by the way, like, you know, during that conversation we had that was super romantic and how we told each other that, like, you know, we loved each other and we'd always be there for each other. Yeah, that wasn't really Jason. That was just this MBU thing that got sent to take over his mind and like was trying to do a good job, you know. Yeah, I don't think she'd be happy about that, chat. Can you try to be like nicer? Show some encouragement, man. I can keep up the good work. I think I'm pretty confident about keeping up the good work. Yeah, it could be. Would you like to help me? Sure, yeah, let's... Give me a reason to help you. I mean, I'm inhabiting this guy's body. I feel like I should be pretty accommodating and, you know, willing to help him out. Because this is not exactly a good arrangement for him. Sure, but how? If there are any major events upcoming, I'll give you a reminder the night before. Make sure you follow my instructions. Don't try anything against my interest. Oh, I wouldn't. I'm not that kind of person, Jason. Yeah, what's with the long pause? There's something troubling him. The most important of all to me is Fran. So maybe, yeah, it sounds like he does care. Maybe he just has trouble showing it. It was a compliment, like I've said, seems to be common to all true philosophers. Impersonating a philosopher equals final boss level. Ooh, yeah, I like that thought. Maybe only a philosopher could impersonate another philosopher. Maybe that's what we should say there. Though even then, it would be difficult. Like, I think if I were to go onto a Karis stream, but like using his model, I don't think people would be convinced for very long that it was Karis. Even if I could do his voice. or especially like if I went onto one of your teams, your streams, Tia, and tried to impersonate you, I don't think anyone would be fooled. And I guess, yeah, same for you all. I guess if you were to if you were to come on and do a stream here. So yeah, it's not clear. Maybe there wouldn't be any way of convincingly impersonating any of us. But if somebody were to be able to do so, I can see how, yeah, being a philosopher would be something they might need. I'm actually Lance Independent. Ignore that my name on YouTube is uavco99. Okay, thanks, Lance Independent. Yeah, I know that change that YouTube made is kind of annoying because now it displays usernames differently. I wish it did it the old way still, but I will try to remember that for the future, that Lance Independent is what you go by. If I ever do forget, feel free to remind me again, but I will try to remember. The very first video I've watched, I also noticed how in-depth he went into a simple game like Journey. He is unique. Game Theory Matt could do it. Well, thank you for the compliment, Blue Ice Cubes, and yeah, Game Theory Matt. Maybe I'll have to do that for a stream one day, just like invite him on to play as me and see if anyone is fooled. Just kidding, I'm the ghost of Derek Parfit. Oh, okay. I've always wanted to meet the ghost of Derek Parfit. He's a philosopher I think is quite endearing to learn about his life and his thought. How hard can it be? Welcome everyone. I'm Axaeon. It's great to be alive. Oh no. Is it really that easy? I guess it is, because I say that kind of thing a lot. You all have me figured out. You know me too well. So Jason says, the most important of all to me is Fran. Keep her out of harm's way at all costs. Everything else is dispensable, myself included. Ooh, okay, he really does care about Fran. So you think she's in danger? She's safe enough. Although, if she attempts to dive into something silly, keep her out of it, will you? I'll try, yeah. I'm not sure exactly what he means by something silly. I'd like a little more clarification on this. I'm guessing he means just something dangerous, but I'll give him a chance to say a little more. Anything that might, okay, yeah, might land her in danger. Like bungee, like bungee jumping. I mean, her work. He's getting a little frustrated with me now. She's always going out of her way to set things right. The stress, the enemies she could make. We just had a dispute last week about this march she wants to take part in. What kind of march? Yeah, you tried to talk her out of it, then you guys got into a fight. Sort of. The march is not the point. We did reach an agreement. She said she won't go. I'm more worried about her job. Did it block my message? Oh, I don't know, Lance Independent. What message? Because sometimes YouTube does that. It'll automatically just censor certain comments. It's not always entirely clear why. Like sometimes it'll block comments that even, like there was nothing wrong with the comment. It did. Okay, you're missing a great Parfit impression. Oh, I see. Well, I wish I'd gotten to see the Parfit impression. If you want to try posting it again, feel free. But if the moment has passed, no worries. I'm more worried about her job. Vision is not like Grohl, which is a mafia pretending to be a corporation. Based on what I've learned in the army, though, Vision is probably worse. I can tell that Fran is plotting something. Exactly what? I have no idea. Plotting something? Yeah, how did you tell? She's been staying up late processing paperwork unrelated to her job. Oh, I see. So when she tells me like, oh, I'm just going to take a shower, what she's actually doing in there is the paperwork. That's how she fools me. Did you know that removing everyone at once won't be worse for anyone? Because there would be no one to whom it would be worse. Ooh, okay, I see. Yeah, that is a good Parfit impression, because that's the kind of thing he talks about, the non-identity problem. YouTube also did it to me when I was commenting on the company's ethics. Oh, sorry to hear that, Blue Ice Cubes. Yeah, I know it's annoying when YouTube does that. Yeah, and on that note, Lance Independent, I think this is actually one of those areas where I agree with Parfit that even though like removing everyone at once wouldn't be worse for anyone, or like even if we grant that, let's say like that it wouldn't be worse for anyone, it still seems to me like that would be just a bad thing for that to happen. And I think Parfit calls that the no difference view. Like if it's even if it doesn't make a difference to anyone, something can still be morally significant. At least if I'm not mistaken, that is a view that Parfit has, and that's one that I agree with him about. If it is not clear, I'm not actually Lance independent. Oh, actually, okay, you know, like Lance Bush, the Substacker. Okay, I think I'm starting to see now. I knew that label was familiar from somewhere, like Lance Independent. I've heard that somewhere, but I didn't quite have the presence of mind to piece it together last time when I read your comment. If it's not clear, I'm not actually Lance Independent. Okay, well, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I would be a little surprised to see Lance Bush here in the comments, but you know, he's always welcome if he wants to. Lance Bush, love him. Oh, okay, that's intriguing. He's the kind of philosopher I disagree with his meta ethics very much, but I think that I respect the way that he's so passionate about defending it. And like he really is very active on Substack. And so I enjoy seeing, you know, discussions that he's a part of and where he, you know, debates with more realists and so on. I asked what it was about, but her response was dodgy. My guess is that she wants to present a proposal to the senior executives at Vision that they won't like. If things start to go south, stop her, will you? Okay, but like just because they don't like her proposal, does that mean she's going to be in danger? Or maybe it does if it's that, you know, dangerous a company. I suppose it might. I'll try my best. I don't want to influence her own decisions. I'll try my best. I mean, yeah, this is a tough one because on one hand, like, it is her choice to make, but Jason apparently knows her pretty well, and he seems to think that maybe she doesn't always take proper consideration of the danger that she's in. Stop her, will you? I do kind of want to see what he says to this. Yeah, I don't want to influence her own decisions. I'll try my best. No, not asking you to stop her by force. Okay, yeah, be diplomatic. Convince her to give up, or at least think twice. Okay, that I can do. In that case, would you help me? I don't want to restrict her by any means. Yeah, that's way too restricted. I say, depends, but I'll try. Thank you. You missed one of my earlier comments, by the way. Oh, sorry, Tia. I didn't notice that I missed it. Tia says, I could continue. All that sounds perfectly fair to me, but it's not clear to me why something. Yeah, this is one of the really interesting things is whenever you have someone who's listened to you speak for a while and then they start, you know, they're able to tell you what kinds of verbal habits you have. It's always a little surreal because there's that moment of realizing, oh, like, I guess I actually do say that a lot, or I guess I do sound like that. It's always funny seeing someone else do an impression of you. And I do have to say to you, I think that yours is very accurate in this case. Fran reminds me a lot of me, actually, though more stereotypically feminine, like the whole doing good at any cost because her conscience drives her to. Yeah, that does seem to be a crucial part of her character. Like, she seems willing to make those kinds of sacrifices on behalf of, you know, what she thinks is right. Ugh. You're a nice guy. Thanks, Jason. Hey, like, we're in this together, you know? You could have done without that. No, I'm not going to get onto him. That was probably hard for him to say, so I'm just going to accept it. My body is waking up. You can feel it. Time to say goodbye. We have a little bit more time, I think. We were still here. Any more questions? Yeah, other people took control of you before. What did they do? That's a good question. Are aware of everything that happened under my control. That's a good one, too. Though I think he is, because he seems to know things. Can you open that door over there? Yeah, I'm just going to go in order here. Yeah, like, what did the others do? You really have no idea? Then you must be pretty disoriented right now. I don't want to go into details about what they made me do. Let's just say quick jobs, not the good kind. Yeah, do you know why they pick you? Oh, is it because he has military training? No? For being in the right place at the right time, maybe. Anything else you want to know? Glad it amused you. It certainly did. I just realized a lot of the time, a lot of the arguments can be formalized using just implication, material conditional, and modus ponens or modus tollens. But if you accept relevant logic, it kind of makes a lot of formalizations more problematic. Yeah, I agree with that modus ponens and modus tollens, like whenever I'm thinking about how to represent an argument, it seems like those are two of the really big, go-to options. I've also always liked disjunctive syllogism. But that's just, partly my taste. Of course, since you can represent any disjunction, any or statement as a conditional, I suppose it all, turns out to be more or less the same thing. But yeah, no, it's an interesting comment about logic. Oh, actually, do you want me to call you, should I call you Lance Independent still, or was that whole thing just a joke? Or should I go on calling you Yuavko? I'm going to call you Yuavko for right now, but if you want me to call you Lance Independent, then just let me know. The secret meetings with multiple minds in the same body is reminding me of STP. Oh yeah, Slay the Princess. That's, yeah, actually I hadn't thought of that connection to you. But it is a good one for this stream. You're right that it does have that kind of thematic parallel. Why would you call me Lance Independent? You said it's what you wanted to be called earlier. But I guess that was just a joke, so I will go back to calling you Yuavko. I guess modus ponens is still valid in the relevant logics. Yeah, I suppose so. I know there is some work on like whether there are potential counterexamples to modus ponens. It's been a while since I've read it, and I don't know if I can call any examples to mind off the top of my head. But I do think that there's some room for interesting debate about that. I have everything that happened under my control. Crystal clear. Okay, he sees everything. It feels funny, as if I'm taking control of my own body, making decisions out of my own will, with no external influence at all. Strange. Even if you do something that's entirely out of my character, my brain will automatically find some way to legitimize it. Except for situations like this, of course. I like that they chose that direction to go into, because I think it would have been easy for them to just use the more cliche, like, oh, it's I don't have any control over it, and it's like, I realize I'm doing these things that I wouldn't normally do. But it sounds like the process of me taking over his mind is so thorough that he sort of experiences himself as agreeing with the things that I do, like feeling that they are justified, at least in that moment. This meaning sleep time. Yes, I gain full awareness during sleep. Everything rushes back in. Suddenly I can tell I was manipulated. It feels nauseating. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't want it to be this way. I know. I don't either. It will keep happening until you're out of my brain for good. Well, those thought bubbles when I'm steering your body, they are... Oh, are those Jason's actual thoughts? Thought bubbles? I'm surprised that you can feel anything at all. What exactly did you feel? Sometimes I can see your thoughts, your reaction to events. Okay, so those are thought bubbles from the real Jason. Did I show any signs of struggle against your control? Can't say for sure so far, no. Yeah, I don't think there was any... Well, there was that one computer glitch effect, but that wasn't really associated with the thought bubble, I don't think. Suppose it's just reflex. Like I said, I don't have a real awareness until we are sitting here. Those thought bubbles do not represent my rational thoughts. Confused, understood. Okay, I think I understand. You've got some quick mind. Gotta give you that. Even I am not entirely sure about what I just said. Anything else? Yeah, I do wonder about that door. Can you open that door over there? This one? No, the other one, you know. On the other side of the room. No can do. Shove or kick, it won't budge. I guess there's nothing behind it. That door's going to become relevant later. I know. They wouldn't put it there if there was no reason for it to be there. I don't have any more questions. Is that so? Oh, he has something for me, though. What? I can feel that my body is already awake. It's moving around. Oh, no. Could there be another MBU that's taking him over? An MBU apart from us? Yeah, but who's in control? We're both here. An incomplete version of me, I guess. Oh, like maybe like a sleepwalking version of him almost. My theory is that I'm the real Jason Dye only when I'm here. In this state, I have memory of everything I did under control, and I'm fully aware of being controlled. There's another me, another ego without full memory or awareness. When you're not in the cockpit, it takes over. Two versions of you in the same body. Ooh, like maybe one for each hemisphere of his brain. It's a hypothesis. All memories of being controlled are locked inside this room. So when you or the others leave, I won't feel anything out of the ordinary. How do you know you are the real Jason Dye? Because I have both sets of memories under control and otherwise. See? So after he gains control, he won't know any of this happened. That's what makes it such an effective tool for this future government to use, is that the victims don't even know that they've been subject to it. But again, you can argue that I'm a fake because I've never fully controlled this body. Or maybe there's only one single Jason Dye all along. Can't deal with these existential questions. Let's call it a day. It's about time. Yeah, I wish we had more time to talk about this Jason, because I think what we need is like a real crash course on philosophy to get to the bottom of all this. Crash course on personal identity. It's time for you to leave. I can feel it. I'm leaving the rest to you. Please. Don't worry, I'll take care of Fran. Ugh, my head. This feels like... Oh, Fran's there. She says, hi, good morning. Morning. Okay, it's already morning. Wow. Morning. Hi, see you rested well. Perfect timing. I'm almost there. See you at Zhang's. Zhang's? Zhang's Noodle. The one on the way to the subway station. Owner is a grumpy old man, but his wife is nice, remember? I may be a little bit late. Wait for me if you're there first. Oh, don't forget about your gift. Our 4th anniversary. Exchange gifts after work. Bye. Bye. I got the gift already yesterday. Now let's go out. Wasn't there something else that I needed, though? Okay, that's just a photo frame. It's Pigeon Post delivery box. Oh yeah, that's from her dad. Yeah, here's a counterexample. If P, this sentence is an implication, the consequent here is true. Thus the implication is 2. P. Therefore, this sentence is an implication. You could argue there's equivocation, but you can avoid that. Okay. Neat example. I wish I were in the kind of context now where I could give it the fullness of attention it deserves, because I feel like there probably, like, one could write a whole paper about just this. But I can tell you right now, Yuavko, after the stream, I think I will look at that example a little more and think about it and see if I have any take on it. The consequent here is true, thus the implication is 2. It says an implication. Okay, P. Therefore, this sentence is an implication. Oh, I see now the equivocation about, yeah, this sentence, like what this sentence refers to. Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be my initial reaction, but maybe there are ways around that, or maybe one could give a structurally similar one that doesn't run into worries about equivocation. But that is interesting. I had not come across that particular alleged or possible counterexample to modus ponens. So thank you for sharing. Description: hung upside down on purpose. The wordplay conveys the arrival of spring. Okay. Oh, there's the pineapple cake. Now, a lot of this stuff we talked about last time, and we saw the gift we got yesterday, because, yeah, we don't need to do that now. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else for us to get in here, chat, so we can go ahead and open the door, take the elevator. Yeah, it's hard to think deeply while streaming and hard to know how hard it is until you do it. Yeah, no, it's true. I don't think there's much... Okay, I can't really go there. Chill, dude, how much have you spent? Oh, I guess they're playing a game. I don't think I can 100 on a gacha machine and got nothing. Ooh, the struggle is real. Sometimes I feel bad not developing thoughts more fully by streaming, but I think it's the nature of the medium. Yeah, the cognitive load of streaming is something that can be a little tough to get used to. I know I'm still getting used to it myself. In that particular case, with the potential counterexample to modus ponens, I think one thing that initially tripped me up is implication. I suppose there are different words one could use for this, but like if it seems to mean conditional, and I guess I'm more used to using the word conditional for if-then sentences, but you could use implication as well, I suppose. But now I think, yeah, replacing conditional for it, I think once that clicked in my mind, I started to understand it a little better. Jillian Russell gives a counterexample to ID. Suppose premise white is a predicate, which if it is in a premise, it means white, else it is the null set. P1, snow is prim white. Conclusion, snow is prim white. I'm somewhat familiar with Jillian Russell, but I haven't read that particular work of hers on the counterexample to ID, to indirect proof. That's another thing I'll look forward to reading about more in the stream. So after the stream. So thanks for sharing that, Yuako. Oh, we can pet the dog. So we went straight from logic to petting the dog with like no transition, but sometimes that is the nature of it. There's a fee for petting the dog, mister? What? Fee for petting the dog? Who does this lady think she is? Yeah, sorry, like, is this your dog? Gotcha. Oh, okay, well, that was a good joke then. He's a stray. People in this neighborhood keep feeding him. And I thought maybe I should adopt him. Yeah, maybe you should. You can feed him, but do bring nicer dog treats. People feed him all sorts of fancy stuff. Hard to impress. Hey, handsome, I've never seen you before. Ooh, Chad, I think she might be into me. You live nearby? I say, yep. Nice. Come by sometime. Just in case you're wondering, I don't have a boyfriend yet. Wow, she's like really coming on to me. Sure, I'll be your best patron. Okay, but I have a girlfriend. Yeah, there is that whole already having a girlfriend thing. Oh, sorry. Forget about that then. Bye, see you again. Bye. I mean, I'm guessing that he and Fran are monogamous, and so I want to, like, you know, respect the agreement that they've made, but yeah, otherwise though I would be like, okay, yeah, like let's meet up and hang out. We can like play board games and, you know, play some Magic the Gathering and have a good time. Jillian Russell is a Giga Chad. Recommend her lecture on logical nihilism. Okay, I'll have to watch it sometime. Yeah, logic in general is one of those areas of philosophy that I wouldn't say has ever come naturally to me, but I do think it's useful for any philosopher to know formal logic. And I have a lot of respect for philosophers who do work in that area, like like Gillian Russell. But he's a good boy and he needs pets. Ooh, yeah, that's right, that he does. Nice lady, in my opinion. Yeah, she is a nice lady. Maybe I should have been a little... I hope I wasn't standoffish when I mentioned that I had a girlfriend. Because she did seem very, like a very friendly person. It's really sweet and knows boundaries. Whoa. Could you do me a quick favor? What kind of favor? Why me? Actually, I do want to know, like, what kind of favor. Could you check if there's anything coming out of my exhaust pipe? Oh, chat, I think we're being set up for a prank. This is going to be one of those cases where, like, I get down and look at the exhaust pipe and then he, like, blows it in my face. You really think I'm going to fall for that one, dude? I don't think this bike is working as it's supposed to. Sure thing, no. Okay. It's probably a prank, but just in case it's not, I'll go tell it sure thing. Thank you. I really can't see the pipe while riding it. How's it going? Anything coming out? Smoke? Nothing? Probably not. Yeah, so far I don't see anything. Nice. Seems to be working now. There must be a pebble or something stuck in the hover engine. Hover engine? Yeah, this bike has a hover engine? It's old, alright, but hover engine isn't exactly so new. I've been riding it as a regular bike until recently they repaved this road. Now I can hover. Nice savings on gas. Hover engine doesn't work unless they repave the road? It does seem a little strange. Don't you ever ride a bike? Not really. Thought everybody knew that. Okay, since you did me this favor, let me bring you up to speed. The government has been doing roadways upgrade for days now. These new roads have a hover layer beneath the asphalt. It pushes vehicles up and navigates them with public AI. Oh, okay, that is so cool. I had not anticipated that that's how it would work. Route planning, self-driving, all taken care of. Since the power comes from the road, I don't need to spend a penny on gas. Not every road is upgraded though, like small alleys are left out. So bikes these days have 2 drive modes just in case. Use wheels when hover engine isn't working. Get it? Not quite. That was all pretty clear. Let's say got it. I should find a teaching job. Good, the bike is all settled. Let me fire it up. Ooh, that is really cool. Ah, yes. Thank you. Have a good one. Well, that was cool. I get to see how the hover bikes work in this world. I'm going to take a quick water break, chat. Make sure to drink some water of yourself, too, if you haven't drank anything for a while. Ooh, okay, whew, that was pretty good. For a second, I thought nice lady referred to Russell. Oh, yeah. It's a natural way of reading it, but I didn't read it that way at first, but I can see how one would. Say there's a typhoon coming this week. Wait, this isn't the place I'm supposed to go, is it? Okay, I don't think so. The build is pretty nice. Yeah, it's genuine. Yeah, okay, I don't know who any of these people are. I think I have to just keep going till I find the restaurant. But, like, what a cool vibe that this game has now walking along the streets. It's nice to be in a place where there's more people and not just kind of me walking by myself or with coworkers, you know, but being, like, actually out in the city. Hi, Mr. Dai. Miss Chang is already here. Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Come on in. I thought you'd be here first, haha. Okay, I'd like ramen with a fried egg. He's getting right down to it. Just, you know, he's hungry. He knows what he wants. I already ordered for you. Ramen with a fried egg, yes. Hey, thank you. How did you know? I mean, I'm guessing that this is what I normally order, so I'm just gonna say, yeah, thank you. Hee hee. Funny, you're an excellent cook. You eat basically the same thing every day. Well, tried and true. Sometimes you just got to stick with what works. Because familiar things make me feel secure. Ooh. I can see why he would want to feel secure, especially with being taken over by so many people at various times. Because familiar things make... Yeah, I'm going to let her know that. Familiar things make me feel secure. Ah, I see. She has such cute smiles. Huh, never seen you here so late. Because he's now working night shifts. That's right, I'm a working man. No longer just going to be a basement dweller, but going to like get out into society and, actually do a good job here, earn a living. Oh, the work must be tough. Not at all, right? That first day was, I had to take down a guy who was trying to kill me with a knife, so... And that was just on day 1 of the job. But, all in a day's work. Yeah, super tough. I'm getting used to it pretty fast. The work is tough. My boyfriend is tougher, huh? I'm a bit behind on comments, aren't I? Of course, there's a summer school in logic and formal epistemology hosted by Carnegie Mellon University, and they pay for the housing and the tuition. Not related to anything, I just thought it was cool. Oh, that is cool. Yeah, I know that programs like that can be pretty helpful for people who are... I think sometimes there will be people either like about to go into undergrad or maybe just after undergrad. And yeah, those can really be like, intensive, like deep dive kinds of experiences. There was a similar thing when I was in grad school for students to come to my university and, do kind of like a summer school type thing. And the philosophy department, including me, would sometimes, help them out with the philosophy that they were studying. So I think things like that can be really cool. Some people are just creatures of habit, I'd say. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Perhaps we all are to some extent. Oh, where's Mr. Zhang? I haven't seen him in a while. He's on a business trip. Business trip for running a noodle house? Ooh, maybe they're looking to expand. Okay, I want to ask about this. Yeah, what are they going to say? Right, we do have business trips. Oh no, I've offended her. Like finding new ingredient suppliers? What? Ah, right, something like that. Don't let me interrupt your lovebirds. Enjoy. Okay, she's a little suspicious. That one. I don't something's going on with her. I'm in uni right now, and I'd do summer school if it didn't cost per class. Yeah, that's a fair point. The cost certainly can add up with that. Thanks. Hey, Jay, about the march. Oh, she hasn't given up on it. What march? Do you still want to go? Yeah? They have finalized the plan. The march is happening next month. Everything is ready. Just need more people. Ooh. This is a tough one. Because I want to respect what I told the real Jason Dye about how I'm going to try to, try to keep Fran out of danger. While also, respecting her decisions. I want to go. They're delivering a very important message, one that could potentially help many. Could you tell me again what they're marching for? They want universal basic income. Intriguing. A system that ensures everyone receives enough money to cover basic life expenses. We talked about this, remember? Meaning the government pays everyone a salary? What do you mean by basic life expenses? I mean, both of these I think are pretty clear, but I'll just go with this one. Yeah, what basic life expenses? The idea is to find a standard figure based on domestic consumer prices. This figure should be able to cover 3 meals a day and a roof over your head. Hey, does that mean now you're interested? She's beaming. Fran likes to talk about social movements. Definitely. Would you like to talk a bit more about it? Maybe next time we're going to be late for work. Sorry, not really. I'm getting moonlighting as secret agents vibes from these restaurateurs. Yeah, that is exactly the vibe that they have. Because who would suspect them, right? Just running a ramen shop. It's the perfect cover. Yeah, let's see. Definitely. Maybe next time we're going to be late for work. Well, I don't want to... I feel like if I take this first one, I'm going to be stringing her along. And if I later ask her not to take part in the march, she's going to feel betrayed. Maybe next time. Yeah, we're going to be late for work. I think the one I should... It's hard, but I think the middle one's probably what I should choose. Eh? I knew you'd say that. You're never interested. I shouldn't have expected any different this time. Oh no, now I feel bad. Because I didn't want to come across as uninterested. I just wanted to come across as, like, you know, saying, hey, we need to, you know, get to work. But I think I made her sad. Because we're really going to be late for work. Yeah, shouldn't have expected. Maybe I can save it. I know, haha. Okay, I'm not going to force you. Anyhow, I want to participate in this march. No, we talked about it before. It's too dangerous. The real Jason is coming through here. Wait, before you say it's too dangerous, this time it's different. The march is now approved by the government. Approved? It's been years since the government approved a march of any kind. Yeah, approved? Really? You don't trust me? Oh, no. I didn't mean it like that. Fran looks a bit offended. No, I'm just surprised. No, I don't trust them. I'll say, no, I'm just surprised. Huh, I see. Yeah, it's been a while since the government approved any legal gathering. Yeah, how did they get the approval this time? It's complicated. She doesn't want to go into the details. Fran? Yeah, I do want to get to the bottom of this, though. They filed the petition with a different purpose, saying it's a celebration of sorts. Ooh, the government's not going to like that when they find out. Yeah, that only makes the problem worse when the cops see their banners. But an approval is an approval as long as we don't try anything violent. The police can't touch us. What do you think? With approval, the march is legal and safe. Yeah, that sounds like a death flag if I've ever seen one. This march is going to be a massacre. I know how these things work. 2049, still no UBI stash. Yeah, because some things about the future haven't changed all that much. It's okay, you can make it up to her later. Yeah, that's what I tell myself whenever I make a bad dialogue choice in a game like this, is always just try to, like, be like, okay, maybe I can make it up to this character at a later point. Man, I feel like this is the kind of thing that may happen to an autistic person. Yeah, there's nothing quite like playing a game with lots of dialogue choices where there are high stakes to, you know, in terms of how you make characters feel. But, like, where the dialogue choices are sometimes kind of vague. There's nothing like that to sort of make you feel like, oh, maybe this is, you know, to a certain extent at least, what it's like to be someone who maybe has a bit more trouble, you know, understanding certain social cues and situations like that. Like being literal and why don't you do something, and then it being taken as a hint you are interested in general or something. Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point about games like this, is that they can, and this is a cool thing I think about games like this, is that they can help put you in someone's shoes who might have different experiences when it comes to that kind of thing. This does sound like a trap, like bait. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that, Tia. It very much does. Now, would you agree to let me go? I still think it's dangerous. Public gatherings like this could spin out of control on short notice, especially if they lied to the government about it. So yeah, it sounds like a great social movement. I won't say no. I still think you shouldn't go. No, I won't let you. I mean, the no, I won't let you is a little too strong, because, like, it's still ultimately her call, but I think I should be honest with her that, yeah, like, this sounds like a trap. It sounds like a bad idea. I still think you shouldn't go. Just like every time. But this is a rare opportunity. We pushed very hard to come this far. Right. Fran's been involved all along. I want to stay with everyone else to the end of it. Full closure. Yeah, maybe maybe she could find another way to participate, you know? Like maybe she could make some flyers or have like a hologram of her participate. That way she could in some way be a part of it, but, you know, not be subject to the danger. Although I'm guessing maybe there are no options like that, because that would just make the choice too easy. On the other hand, I don't want to have you worried. Trust me, Jay, this march is absolutely safe. Even if something goes wrong, I will get to safety before it's out of control. Okay, but like, how can you know that, though? I don't think that's something you can really be confident in claiming to know, like, before the march happens. Like, if something goes wrong, like, it might be going wrong right around the area that you are, or maybe you won't be able to, you know, leave the situation. I don't know, she just seems a little overconfident about this part of it, maybe. Maybe it's some wishful thinking. I was thinking more if this was real life, you could make it up to the other person, I'm sure. Yeah, that's a nice thing about real life. Is that you can make things up in more ways, perhaps, than a video game allows. How can you know that? Asked the philosopher. Sorry, I'm bringing philosophical skills to gaming here. Because that's what we do on this channel. Yet. Would you still say no? Go ahead. No, too much risk. Okay, here's the thing, chat. If I tell her to go ahead, she'll be happy with me at the moment, but then she's probably going to get killed later, and it's just going to be awful. And also, like, the real Jason Dye is going to, you know, it'll be like I betrayed him as well. So I'm just going to say no, too much risk, and at least she'll be alive, you know. Hear me out, Jay. This march is very, very important to me, personally. I've been doubting my job at the farm, that I may not be doing the right thing. This is different. I'm 100% sure it is the right thing to do. I don't mean universal basic income. I mean this march itself, making our voice heard. This is the closest thing to a real social movement since the Moonflower movement. I believe we are standing up for a cause, but you don't care about causes, right? Ooh, that's harsh. Harsh words there. I do care, but I can't deal with the idea of you being in danger. Right? Because I care about you more than any cause. Although I do care, but I can't deal with the idea of you being in danger. It's approved. The risk is negligible. Really? Approved for a fake purpose. Yeah, practically asking for trouble. I mean, she may feel it is worse to live not doing it than dying in action. True, yeah, she might be willing to sacrifice her life for this. I'm not sure if she is yet, but that's a possibility we have to keep in mind. She might go anyway. A decision this important sets off all my alarm bells for story writing. Yeah, that's it is true. Yeah, maybe like regardless of what I tell her, she might go. And then if, you know, if nothing bad happens, then it's like she, you know, she'll get to be like, I told you so. And if something bad does happen, then, well, I wouldn't be to her like, I told you so, because that would just be really mean. But yeah, you never know. She could just decide to go on her own. I don't feel like she should be asking your permission to start with, technically. It does seem a little strange that she is, because you would think, like, isn't this something that, you know, she can just decide for herself? I mean, I suppose sometimes when it comes to, you know, dangerous things like this, you know, partners will feel the need to ask each other, and that makes sense. But yeah, for participating in a march like this, it's, you would think in many or most cases it would be something that like a person would just feel free to sort of do on their own. But maybe in the kind of society, the kind of government that these people live under, it's something that, you know, the stakes are high enough that they feel it requires partner permission first. I mean, I can take care of myself. If anything goes wrong, I will try to calm everyone down. There will be no confrontation with the police. Sorry. I'm just I'm just imagining, like, if anything goes wrong, yeah, like once the machine gun fire starts, you know, flying all around us, like I'll just try to calm everyone down. Like it's gonna be perfectly fine, you know. Maybe I'm being a little dismissive, but this point that she's trying to make here, it just feels to me a little naive. Calm a mob down, like, you know, it's impossible. I only need to, but okay. I will talk to them, see if they will excuse me. Fran is sad. Still, I'm doing this for her own good. Sorry, I really can't let... Wait, okay, you should go. I really can't let anything bad happen to you. Yeah. Ah, no, stop! It's not the time yet. We should save this for later. Whatever decision you made, it doesn't count. I promise, swear that the march is totally safe, risk-free. This doesn't sound like Fran. Chat. Could she be being controlled by an MBU as well? And now, like, the real Fran is taking control back? I think that might be what's happening here. I'll totally convince you next time. That would be great. What? Huh. It's about time. We should get going. Or maybe I just misunderstood those last few lines, but it seemed to me like she wasn't... It wasn't the same Fran that we were talking to a minute ago. Like, she just changed personalities for a moment. I think the reason she's asking is because of communication between partners given his previous disposition and her inner doubt about the safety of the march. Yeah, his previous disposition, and I suppose, yeah, his previous disposition was really against it, and she herself might have had some doubts about it, so that does seem plausible. She's being controlled for sure. Okay, good to know I'm not the only one who had that thought. Let me see. Right, the shuttle will arrive soon. Let's go. See you later, Miss Q. Come again. Have a nice day. Definitely. Bye-bye. Let's go to the subway station. Oh, I can run out here, too. I think it's just the localization is inconsistent in quality. Once in a while, the grammar and syntax are very odd. That is a possibility I had not considered, but I think you're quite right about that. Look at the Steam sale in the background. I guess that's supposed to be Game Duel with the Steam discounts. But yeah, it might have been maybe just there was an error in translation, perhaps. Next shuttle will be here soon. Won't take long. Why are there Vision shuttles in a public subway station? Because Vision funded the subway system. Oh, okay, that makes sense. The government doesn't have money? Yeah, it is a little strange the government isn't doing it. Depends on your definition of having money. I mean, having that much cash in their bank account, yes. Wanpei has been on a spur of expansion over the past decades. Too many things to spend money on. Plus the whole elevation plan in preparation for the flooding. What flooding? Elevation plan? Oh, is this the, like, ice caps melting? Hey, Mr. Dai, have you been reading your news at all? No, I'm sorry, I haven't. Why I'm asking? I know about these things. The government had been talking about the flooding since we were in elementary school. Because of global warming, sea level has been on the rise. By 2053, some cities on the west side, plus Wanpei, will be sleeping underwater. Wanpei sits in a basin. We're expected to be living in a lake by then. Ooh. So we really will be sleeping with the fishes. The government started the Rise 50 initiative in response. For Wanpei, the plan is called Project Plateau. Specifically, the plan is to scoop certain parts of Wanpei up with suspension technology. Yeah, that's wild. How are they going to do this? Whole parts of the city floating in the sky? Why so surprised? Oh, Yuavko says, okay, well, I'm going now. Goodbye and good night. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Yuavko. Hope you're able to get some sleep. But yeah, see you around next time. Besides, I think MBUs can only take over while someone is asleep, not randomly in the middle of the day. Could be wrong, though. Yeah, that seems right to you. I hadn't thought of that earlier, but it does seem like the issue before is probably just a matter of inconsistent localization quality. Relax, not really floating in the sky. The idea is to jack parts of the city up, slowly and steadily with suspension technology, then build supporting frames beneath them. A lot of areas are already elevated, and the number is increasing. See, our block and the one on the other side, we're all elevated. Also, thanks to the suspension/support, we don't feel earthquakes as much. Nice bonus, right? Are there areas not elevated? Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, like, yeah, what about the other areas? Of course, for those parts, residents are evacuated. The evacuation process created a whole heap of new problems, though. She seems to have remembered something unpleasant. Okay, enough about that. I'm not an elementary school teacher, you know. Jeez, you don't have to rub it in. Do your own homework. Ah, right. I'll have to stop by the HQ tower. Can't go to the farm together with you. Roger, ma'am. Yeah, is there anything I should know? Nothing, really. I can tell she's not lying. Just some work stuff, won't take long. We can go home together. Ooh, who are these mysterious-looking people? Oh, that person in the foreground looks kind of mysterious, too. Like, she's not gonna try to kill us, is she? Yeah, let them cut the line. Why? They're the Red Room staff. Red Room? What's that? Yeah, Red Room? Uh-huh. Since you're a Vision employee now, you should know this. Red Room is the science lab that is responsible for Vision's technological advancements. So? Stay clear of it and its people. Vision is obsessed with confidentiality, especially technologies. The entire Red Room staff is kept anonymous. They even live in safeguarded campuses. It's very rare to see them in public, like these people here. Yeah, but dressing up like that doesn't attract unwanted attention. Interesting point. Consider it a warning. Keep a safe distance when you see that uniform. They do have keep off written all over them, kind of. I heard someone got investigated by Vision just because of a 5-minute chat with a Red Room researcher. And got fired and sued in the end, too. I should give these people a wide berth. That you should. Shuttle's here, let's go. Ooh, that's a cool shuttle. I recall Yvonne expressing envy that you lived in an elevated apartment. We now know what she meant. Ooh, good call, Tia. I had forgotten about that. But yes, now we do know. She literally went to do your own research. Yeah, Fran could be a little blunt with us sometimes. But, you know, that's why we love her. Organization called Red Room can't be anything good. It does have that ominous quality to it, doesn't it? Hi. Morning, Mr. Dai. Morning, I'm pretty sure it's evening. He made the same mistake yesterday. Oh, I remember this guy. Ouch, sorry, I mean evening. He used to work morning shifts. Haven't fully adjusted yet, huh? No biggie, I've just show some professionalism. Who would say that? No biggie, I've just started working night shifts too. Ha! Gonna work hard. He looks at me expectantly, as if waiting for some uplifting response. Yeah, right, keep up the good work. Yay! I can't deal with pathologically upbeat people like this one. Oh no, chat. Are they calling me out here? Can't deal with people like him. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, your position, is it screening consultant? Not sure yet, more or less. Why ask? Why is that any of your business? Yeah, I'm still not really hired yet, so I'm just going to tell them I'm not sure yet. Ah, I see. Sorry if I'm too nosy. Why ask? I mean, no, these are kind of basic questions, not too nosy, I don't think. Any other questions? No, that's it. Mike, enough fooling around. Come here. Coming. Won't keep you any longer. Have a productive day. Well, thank you, Michael. Oh, I forgot to ask yesterday. Yeah, whom should I report to now? Guess I should check with Wayne or Monsieur. Either way, better put the uniform on. Oh, right. Yeah, I have to go to the bathroom to change into the uniform. Isn't a red room like a dark alley they use for photos? IDK, I just think of those rooms they need to process pictures. Oh yeah, like a dark room with the red lights. Yeah, that's I guess that is what it makes me think of too. That made me watch all the MCU movies, so I think of Black Widow. Oh yeah, I guess with the red. I haven't seen Black Widow, but like red's one of her colors, right? So I can see how that would be a thing one would think of. Okay, so first order business is change into my work outfit. I do feel kind of weird here walking around without wearing any work outfit. Okay, here we go. But wow, all the MCU movies, that's a lot. So respect for your dedication there, Tia. Oh, there's Woody. Okay, I don't know this guy. Hey, wait. Jason Dye? Who is this guy? He looks all strung up. Do I know you? Yes, Jason Dye. Nice to meet you. He's staring hard into my eyes. What's going on? Something funny with my face? I'm gonna be nice. Yeah, can I help you? No, it's just... you... Are you really you? Does he know, chat? Does he know about me being an MBU? Like, how would he know? But he seems to know that something's up. His gaze is uncertain again. Huh. No, I'm not really me. I'm just gonna go along with it and say, what if I tell him, yeah, no, I'm not really me. I knew it. Eh? You must be confused too. It just happened. All of a sudden, I can't receive instructions anymore. You're the same, right? Trapped inside. Yeah, you too? What the heck are you babbling about? So, this person is an MBU, but the same thing happened to him that happened to us. Like, he's not getting instructions from the organization anymore. Yes. I know you. We were on a mission together. Man, how does he recognize me, though? Do you remember me? Nope, that must be someone else. I'm just gonna tell him no. So you don't remember me. I mean, this me. What's this me supposed to mean? Never mind, I will try the others. Censored again, hope you're still on the live chat. Oh, the Red Room is the organization that does horrific experiments and grooms little girls into Black Widow spies against their will. Okay, well, that's a much more direct connection than I was envisioning, so that helps to know. Those are a lot of movies to watch, yeah. Yeah, that they are. But now whenever I hear the phrase Red Room, I will know what it refers to. Never mind, I will try the others. Something is wrong. We can't go back. Something happened to the source. Not even sure if I should talk to you. No one even knows when they're coming back. Is this recorded? If yes, looks like he's scared by her. Oh, I guess that should be his own thoughts. See you next time. I'll be in touch. Yeah, can he find me? Shouldn't be a problem. Bye. Bye. Why did I waste so much time on him? Never seen him before. Nah, never mind the weirdos. Ooh. That was an interesting interaction. YouTube really does hate us. Yeah, I'm sorry about all the comments getting removed, guys. I know it's frustrating when YouTube does that. OMG, you got recognized. And why are you all being funneled into the same company? Yeah, it must be that whatever government organization was in charge of us really wants something to do with this Vision Corporation, since they control all the AI. But yeah, as for like what specifically they want, I don't know exactly what it could be. Something goes on. I keep thinking about the company AI and their hand in this. Yeah, no doubt. So here, if I go to see... Okay, I can't talk to these people. But maybe Wayne can help me out. Oh, hey, here's my friends. Lawrence says, I said I'm okay. Oh, good day, Jason. Lawrence, I thought he's hurt pretty badly yesterday. I thought you were hurt pretty bad. Not at all, just a flesh wound. You'd better be okay. Yesterday you were like bleeding yourself out. I'm tough. Well, he knows himself best. Tyler knows me. Come on, I'm really worried about you. Oh, Jeff seems like a nice person, but he's getting a bit annoying to Lawrence, I can tell. Really, absolutely okay, man. Hey, how's the nut job doing now? I thought the cops took over. Yeah, they had him arrested and found out his motive. His family died while contributing. An accident. He was here to take revenge. So it was true. What was true? Hold on, you mean juicers dying on the farm is what? Normal? Actually, I can't say for sure. Why? You've been working here for years, no? Accidents happen in the cellar. We at Screening don't know anything about it. Sounds weird to me. Yeah, there must at least be rumors. Yeah, people died. How come no one talks about it at all? Because of contracts and confidentiality clauses. What? The company does not allow unapproved communications between divisions. But eventually, someone has to talk, right? Family of the victim. Like this time. Usually not. The flop contribution contract has accidental death indemnity and confidentiality clauses in it. Wow, accidental death indemnity. That's quite a clause to have in one's contract. Simply put, the farm shuts them up before anything happens. Airtight and very practical. I can't believe Eva Ye approves it, though, with all her talk about juicer rights. Miss Ye approves this? No, it's standard procedure made by HQ. Auntie has been trying to change these rules, although they wouldn't allow Vision's reputation to be tarnished without a proper reason. Proper reason? How about to not become a heartless bastard? Is that not proper enough? Or is that proper enough? I'm not convinced. No one tried to bring the story to the press? Some probably did. The story wouldn't see publication anyway, because Vision is a key investor behind many mainstream media outlets. I like that they're probing this. So what about smaller outlets, tabloids? I see where you're coming from. Stories like these make good clickbaits. But even tabloids depend on social networks. Almost all social networks use Vision's content recommendation algorithms. In other words, no one can afford to rub Vision the wrong way. Ooh, and that's what's so dangerous about them. If the situation calls for it, Vision could wipe the existence of a media outlet from all social networks overnight. Okay, the thing is, why are these people dying in the cellar anyway? Ask Ops. Sounds to me like they're a bunch of monkeys who can't do their job right. More or less based on my personal experience. Talking about Ops. Jason, aren't you going there for field practice today? Indeed I am. Now I'm looking for Wayne or Miss Ye to take me down there. After all this talk, I don't want to go to Ops anymore. Yeah, I don't know if I have a choice, though. I have no idea where they are. Probably busy taking care of yesterday's mess. So no one knows the whereabouts of Wayne. They will be here soon. Oh, there's George. Hi, George. Wayne and Miss Ye went to visit the family of the colleague who passed away. Can't imagine how they feel seeing their son off to work and never coming back again. Situations like these make me think. Think what? Are we the bad guys? Ooh, there it is. Crucial turning point here in one's consciousness of what one is doing. Truth be told, I thought about quitting. Don't have the heart to make a living by exploiting others. All these tragedies are caused by the farm. If I quit, someone else will take your place. Do you think it's easy to find a job these days, Jeff? I didn't mean that. Ever thought about why you're here in an office instead of being racked up in the cellar? Get yourself sorted out before thinking about others. No freedom of media or freedom of the press, I guess. Yeah, we could put it in those terms, Tia. That when a corporation has so much power over what gets published, there really isn't freedom of the press. Also, Thiago, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening to you. But this situation that's coming up in the text, or sorry, not in the text, in the game right here, though I guess you could say the game is a text in a way, is very reminiscent of a point that comes up in a paper by Bernard Williams, where he argues against utilitarianism on grounds like this. That is, he imagines a case where somebody is considering taking a job in biological weapons research, and he is morally opposed to biological weapons research, the person we're imagining, being presented with this job offer. And so he would be, if he were to take the job, it would be doing something that's very much opposed to his own principles. But he also knows if he doesn't take it, then someone else is going to get the job, and that other person is going to advance the research even more than he would if he just took the job. And so from that case, William says, well, look, doesn't it just seem strange to think that, if utilitarianism is true, then the verdict would be like, this person ought to take the job, so that the research, the biological weapons research gets advanced less than it would if he allowed the other person to take the job. Like, wouldn't taking the job undermine his own integrity? And doesn't that matter in a way that can't be accounted for by utilitarianism? So anyway, that's just an aside, but that's what this part of the game kind of reminds me of. Hey, that's totally unrelated. Totally related. You old geezers always oversimplify things. Hey, Jeff. Whatever you say, don't have the time to argue with you. I don't have as much love to spare as you do. All I know is that if everyone does their own job right, the world is a much better place. I'm off to work. Suit yourself. Seems like George really doesn't want to think about these ethical questions. He'd rather just put his nose to the grind and keep doing his work. Go do your work. You turn tail every time I get serious. Go. Take your outdated ideas and live your outdated life. Ooh. Those are fighting words there. Wow. Jeff, that's too far. Yeah, make way for the upcoming generation. I'd really rather not get involved in this one, chat. I think I'm going to sit this one out. Screw this. Wayne won't be back in a while. Jason, you have anything to do? Come find me if not. I have something for you. Okay, well, I don't think I have anything before Wayne comes back. So I'll probably will go see George in a second. Wasn't expecting it to escalate so quickly. Things are not going well between them. Do you know what's the cause? They were not like this before. Yeah, I wonder what the cause could be. No, probably has to do with Jeff's boyfriend. Jeff's parents passed away? Yeah, when he was in middle school. His mom's older brother, which is Mr. Lau, took him in. Meaning Mr. Lau is his only family. That I'm not sure. You know where Jeff is, Tyler? Right now, the break room, most likely. Every time he's angry, he goes there to make a cup of tea. Says it's soothing. I'll go talk to him. See ya. Wait, Lawrence! Lawrence went out in a storm. What's up? Oh, hey, there's Kathy. No idea. Yeah, he wants to have a talk with Jeff. Huh. Jeff had a fight with Mr. Lau, so he wants to talk some sense into Jeff? Probably. I didn't know Lawrence was the peacemaker type. I wish he could talk some sense into QQ. QQ's bitching about your relationship with Ops again? Yeah. Ah, Edith was looking for you. Could you go find her, like, right now? Of course. Hey, Jason, good luck with the field practice. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I'll go find Edith then. So George is homophobic. Yeah, it seems like George doesn't really accept that Jeff is in a gay relationship. If I understand what the game is presenting to us correctly, it seems like that's what we're to take from that. Now, George said he had something for us to help with, so I guess I should go see him here. You're here to help me out. Yes, good. You heard what I told Jeff just now, but I guess you wouldn't agree. You young folks are like, in that sense, naive. Contribution to society, helping people, making the world a better place, so on and so forth. You are that kind, aren't you? I only care about myself and those who matter. Yeah, what's wrong with making the world a better place? No, I prioritize myself and those who matter most to me. Yeah, I do kind of want to ask him this. Like, what's wrong with, trying to make things better for people more generally? Nothing wrong. The idea is great, but the approach should be more practical, is what I mean. Help yourself before helping others, or else you end up making a bigger mess. Helping others is helping myself. You're right. A little bit enigmatic, this option. Helping others is helping myself. I mean, I suppose what he says, it's not entirely wrong. Like there is a place, I think, for the point that if you are someone who gets your own life in order first, maybe that will put you in the best position to help others. So helping others is helping myself. You're right. I'll just... Fran and Jasus are kind of opposites. Thank you for picking the pro-justice option. I suppose, yeah, it really was the pro-justice option, wasn't it? And yeah, I think you're right about Fran and Jason. Yeah, like with their orientations to ethics here, very different. I'm just gonna tell him, yeah, because I want to see what he says this one. Helping others is helping myself. I think I'm quoting Fran. What's that supposed to mean? Myself, others, we are parts of the same community. Oh yeah, what if I need help myself someday? I like this one. Yeah, we're all parts of the same community. On paper. Ooh, what a harsh response. Those rich people, do you really believe that they belong to your community? If anyone must help the disadvantaged, it's the advantaged. Okay, enough life lessons. I need you for real work. Very, very boomer coded here. You started life lessons yourself. Because of what happened yesterday, we need to change assignments for a few team members. I need you to go tell them. Can't you just send a message? Seems like it'd be easier. I did, but for whatever reason, they're not checking messages. Better inform them now than have them crying over it later. I need you to find Cynthia Ho and Jade Lin. One of them should be at logistics. The other may be in the corridor outside the contract rooms. Go find them when you have a minute. Remind them to check my message. This is of low priority, of course. If Wayne comes back, do whatever he tells you to first. Do me this favor only when you have time. I'll go find them myself if they keep ghosting me. That's it. You're dismissed. Okay, well, I mean, that seems like a pretty reasonable, not like a huge task or anything. What a pessimist. I really get both points, though. Yeah, that was a case where it was kind of tough to know exactly what to do. That's the plan. If anything doesn't work, call me over to help. Okay, go now. Thank you. Hey, Jason! Late again. Really sorry. Had to help resolve some issues left by the day shift staff. I haven't known him for long, but so far he's always late. Always running around helping people with this or that. I guess Wayne seems maybe a little bit like Fran in that way. Dude, you're late every time. Did you fix the issues? We did! Phew! It was a close one. Good job, don't be late next time. Wayne really needs some extra encouragement. And so I'm just going to tell him, yeah, good job. Yeah, thank you. I was kind of surrounded by George-like parents growing up. Wonder how I would have turned out with parents like Axe's. Yeah, I guess it's tough to know the answers to those questions. I'm sorry to hear you didn't have more support growing up to you. But yeah, I guess we can never really know things, answers to questions like that for sure. I need to tell you about your field practice at Ops today. Wouldn't you tell me whether I passed the interview for screening? Yeah, wait, did I make the cut for screening? Oh, right. Sorry, I'm afraid that'll have to wait till tomorrow. CA is still busy with the aftermath of yesterday's assault. I will be occupied too. I think you have pretty much nailed it, though. I had a talk with Miss Ye yesterday. She's very happy with your performance throughout the consultation sessions. She said you were handling contributors very well. Considering everything, I think you have nailed it. Show some confidence. Oh, thanks, Wayne. You know, I'll show some confidence here in this job if you can show some confidence with that girl that you're trying to get with. The one I tried to help you ask out yesterday, but where it just ended up, you kind of chickened out of it. It's okay, there'll be other opportunities, but just know, Wayne, I have your back when it comes to this kind of thing. Okay, now your itinerary at Ops today. Since Ops is a separate division, someone else will give you the tour there. Why not? I'm guessing it's because he's busy, but yeah, is he or she the division lead? Not yet. Yet? We joined Vision at about the same time, he and I, so he's definitely eligible for a promotion. But things happened. Say, ooh, yeah, what kind of things? Not my place to talk about it. Ask him if you're really curious. An awkward smile to cover awkwardness. Something. I love this line, an awkward smile to cover awkwardness. It reminds me of that. I'm trying to think of parallels that are like this. Like there's that title of that one Goosebumps book, if anyone remembers that, or if this is just me having like an old person moment. But if you remember like Goosebumps, like those horror books for kids back in the day, there was one called A Shocker on Shock Street. And I thought that was just like the most brilliant title ever. Like when a title or something like that can sort of subtly repeat a word in a way that just sort of adds to the oomph. But it's hard to pull off well. My mother is a true pessimist, but I like to stay positive. Well, I'm glad that you're able to stay positive, Blue Ice Cubes. Yeah, no, it can be tough sometimes to stay positive. Ahem. His name is Justin Wu. Let me know when you're ready for field practice. I'll tell him to meet you at Logistics on B7. I must run some errands for Mr. Lau, though. Not a problem at all. The executives are furious with Ops because of yesterday's mess. They demanded a very lengthy statement from their team lead. If my understanding of their team dynamic still stands, Justin will be the one to actually write the statement. Yesterday's mess? Yeah, how is it related to Ops? You haven't heard? The assault yesterday. The guy's family died in the cellar. It was an accident, but he blames us for it. The division in charge of the cellar is of course liable. Considering the statement is due today, I doubt if he has a lot of time for you. Even if I call him now, it will take him a while to be there. Hope you understand. Yeah, may I know what kind of person he is? Why ask me? Because I'm talking to you? Because you seem to know him well. We are friends, kinda. Were friends. Ooh. Some drama between these two. He's a very capable man. Poker face most of the time, but quite nice deep down inside. Sometimes annoyingly stubborn, though. You don't have to worry. It's not hard to get along with him. He's totally trustworthy. Great to know, thanks. I'll just, that's great to know. My pleasure. Oh, if you have other things to do, just go. Once you go down to the cellar, it could take a long time to come back up again. What do you say, cellar now or finish other business first? So yeah, I think I should probably take care of those errands for George first. And then maybe after that I might stop the stream around there and continue. But yeah, so I have something to take care of. You can always find me at my desk. Let me know anytime when you're ready. That's it. Miss DA is calling me. Gotta go. See you. All right, so let's see. Where were those people that George told me to go to again? I think... Oh yeah, one of them was outside the contract room, and I think another was in logistics. But I do kind of want to deliver George's message. Okay, I can't go in there. And... Okay, yeah, there's really not anything going on in here. I think it must be to the left, maybe. Okay, this is just the snack room. But yeah, I think on the left side of this hallway there was a place where George is, the person George was looking for is. Okay, yeah, here's, I think, one of them. Oh, yeah, there's Cynthia. That was one person that George wanted us to find. Cynthia, oh, hi. I thought she should be at logistics. Eh? Have I met you somewhere before? Yeah, this is the girl that Wayne wanted to ask out. You're Jay. Jason Dye? The very same. Huh, is Jade crying? Oh no, what's wrong? You're the one who took care of the lunatic yesterday. Yes, and you're the girl who ran into the contract room crying. Well, okay, I'm not going to remind her. I'm just going to say yes. I was scared to death back there. Thank you for saving the day. Wild mood swings. Okay, yeah. That's probably a thought that's best left unexpressed. Can I help you? George Lau is looking for you. Yeah. Can you please just tell Mr. Lau that you can't find us? You know he's looking? Why? It's Jade. I lost a very important hard drive. HQ asked for a physical copy because what's inside is super confidential. Mr. Lau needs it ready today, but I can't find it anywhere. Must have dropped it yesterday during the attack. Oh, no. Well, they might understand if it's for a reason like that. Did you search this corridor? Just tell them you don't have any other option. And you search this corridor? We searched everywhere. Jade has got too many warnings recently. This time she could be fired. I can't afford to lose this job. That is the situation. But sitting here is not a solution. Maybe you could ask George nicely. Yeah, he might, you know. It won't help. Mr. Lau won't listen. Yeah, and sadly, I think Cynthia is right. I don't think she's going to get much sympathy from George. Yeah, he's your typical stubborn old geezer. Axe, does a workplace like this with its gray walls and gray uniforms give you a sense of dread? Relief that that's not your life? Very perceptive question to you, and in a way it does, yeah. I think that there is... And for me, I don't know if this is just a quirk of me in particular, but for some reason, whenever I see a desk or a filing cabinet that's filled with things like legal documents or various, you know, forms and papers, and like when they're just piled high, especially if it's in a place with dark, you know, gray walls like this, kind of drab, that just does give me a certain sense of dread. I think about how many people must have worked in places like this when maybe they didn't want to, but perhaps it was the only thing available, or they felt that they had to, and have just, you know, spent their working lives on a job like that they were not happy in. And it does make me very sad to think of that. And yeah, I don't think I would enjoy working at a place like that either. So I do feel a certain relief that that is not my life. Absolutely. The worst part is HQ is asking for the hard drive. Mr. Lau can't help us even if he wants to. If he tries, I guess he'd get punished too. Why is it always me? First the lunatic, then this. Yeah, you have had a pretty bad couple of days, it sounds like. I was thinking that the security team must have searched this corridor thoroughly yesterday after the incident. Yeah, but they found nothing? I don't know yet. We have sent them messages through the company's communication system. There's no response yet. We're trying to buy some extra time and wait for them to respond. Cross-division communication takes time, you know. It would be great if we could contact the security officer on duty yesterday. That is a tricky situation. Now you know everything, Jason. Would you like to help us buy some time? Just tell Mr. Lau that you can't find us. Please, I'm counting on you. I shouldn't get involved. Okay, I'll tell him that. No, I have to tell him. Well, I've already lied to Mr. Lau once. So let's lie to him again, chat. Okay, I'll tell him that. Thank you. You're my savior. Thanks, Jason. It's nothing. You'd better hurry up, though. I'll just tell him, yeah, it's nothing. This is settled for now. Okay. There was, I think, possibly another person in logistics that I needed to find on his behalf. I'm just going to check logistics really quickly before I go back up to see George. Okay, this might be the person I need. Or maybe not. There was no prompt to talk to them, so probably not these people. Yeah, I remember this was kind of the dark and creepy place from yesterday, or from last stream I did of this game. What? Excuse me, do you know what Cynthia Ho is? Can I see what's like in the logistics? Oh, okay. So I guess it was just Cynthia Ho. That was the only person. Can I see what it's like in the logistics? What's there to see? None of your business. I'm looking for Cynthia Ho. Cynthia probably went to screening again. She and Rose, they go there a lot these days. No, she's not. She's in the corridor near the contract rooms. The door there broke yesterday, remember? She's fixing it. Oh, right, contract rooms. I see, thank you. Okay, so that's... Yeah, I guess I was... the game thought I would go here first, maybe before seeing Cynthia, but I just happened to do it in reverse order. And I just didn't really need to come here. So now I can go and see George, and I will try to cover for Cynthia and Jade as best as I can. A lot of things are quirks of yours, but not this one. I truly feel fortunate that that isn't my life. I hope one day we can live in a world where everyone gets to live with more purpose than this. I share that hope to you. Very much so. Oh, wait, so I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, that's a hope that I very much share. And part of me wonders if someday we might look back on old photos of workplaces like this, and it'll seem to us like, you know, a relic of a bygone age. Maybe so, if things are different in the future, if work has more fulfillment. For the people who don't feel fulfilled in their jobs now, I hope that it does. How's it going? Found them? They're still not responding to my messages. Sorry, I can't... Oh, I could betray them and say Jade lost the hard drive. I told them that you're looking for them. Yeah, sorry, I can't find them anywhere. Really? You mean they have left the farm? Don't think so. It's just that I couldn't locate them. Could be in places where I don't have access to. We'll just say, yeah, I'm going to be as vague as possible, just that I couldn't locate them. Same thing. Cynthia, maybe. Jade has the same security clearance as yours. If you checked everywhere, at least one of them must be there. Or you're lying. Ooh. Oh no, chat. He's on to us. He's very, very angry now. You know what this is about? About Jade's hard drive. No. No, I don't. Jade Lin has a hard drive containing confidential document for HQ. This drive should have been on my desk an hour ago. Do you have any idea what the consequences are? HQ is chasing me. They could send people at any time. Good. Now I have to tell them Jade lost it. I don't want this to happen, but she could be fired. Not my fault. She's been making one mistake after another. Incompetence is not to be tolerated. Acknowledge. Yeah, can't you wait for her a little bit more? And risk my own job? Right now, I'm already held partially responsible. Collaborating with her will only make my case worse. But she really needs this job. Yeah, maybe she's already found it. Maybe she's on her way here now. No, I must report to HQ right away. Damage control. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work, but it was worth a try. Here's how it goes. I will report to HQ. And you are dismissed. Thank you. Acknowledge. You really won't help her? I said you're dismissed. I guess this is as much as I can do. Well, I mean, I think I like did everything that I could. So there's not really much else I can do for Jade and Cynthia. Well, I guess it's mostly for Jade. But now that I've done that, though, I wonder, like, if I go back to see them, can I give them an update on that? Like, will it help them to at least know what's coming? Yeah, maybe I should talk to them again. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, they're gone. Oh, wait, no, I guess I have to... Okay, yeah, they are gone. First, I thought maybe they were on a different bench. But yeah, working in a high-pressure place like this, I don't think I would like that very much. If it was like a law firm or an accounting firm or anywhere like that, to me that would be hard. Really hard. So anyway, now that I've done that, I at least tried to help Jade out. So whatever happens with that now, it's out of my hands. But I should talk to Wayne now, because now I think I am ready to go down and meet with Justin. Sure, 1 second. Okay, I told him. Take the elevator down to logistics and turn left. He will meet you there. Have a productive day. Thank you. Okay, so the logistics. And then turn left. So this is an area of the game where I haven't really been before. Or maybe these are the people I need to go see? Yeah, it looks like they're just having like a regular conversation, though. Oh, wait, sorry. I keep forgetting that left in the game is different from... Because when my character turns... Like when he's walking... When I'm pressing the thumbstick right is when he turns left, so... Okay, that's embarrassing. Yeah, I'd worry for you knowing you'd rather take walks and catnaps throughout the day. Yeah, I much prefer, yeah, walks and catnaps to filing cabinets and fax machines. Not that fax machines are like super common anymore, but you know what I mean, the vibe that a fax machine gives. Well, chat, I think, let's see, about 2.5 hours last. Okay. Once I get to the next save point, I think I might stop the stream there and continue this a bit later. But first, I do want to make sure that I save, so I'm going to go ahead and talk with this person. Jason Dye. Yes, nice to meet you. I tried to be here as soon as possible. Didn't want to keep you waiting. You must be Justin Wu. Yes, I am. I will be your tour guide for the field practice at Ops today. I was expecting him to be late. My boss, are you done with this? Yeah, my boss said you're busy. My boss? You've made up your mind? Screening? No, I didn't mean that. Sorry. I might have spoken a bit presumptuously. I'm actually relieved. Huh? Oh, he wants me to work for Ops. Nothing. You were right. I have work to do. I'm here because you have higher priority. My work is my own problem. Can't let it waste your time. Well, he seems very considerate. That's a really responsible attitude that he's taking there. Plus, I don't like to be late. This is going to be a 15-part series at this rate. Yeah, it is a kind of a longer game than you think it's going to be. It's not just a game that could be knocked out in like 3 or 4 hours. He's indeed better than Wayne at punctuality. Time to go down to the cellar. Are you ready? Yeah, I think I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's hit up the cellar. Ooh, there's an autosave. But now that we're okay, I'll maybe let this conversation finish and then I shall head out. These high-speed elevators are the only way down to the cellar. Can't we take other elevators? Okay, acknowledged. Too long a ride, not enough elevators, we have to wait for a long while. Ops and logistics share these 3 elevators, you know. Ever wondered why we seldom come here? This is the reason. We can't deal with the wait, except at the beginning and end of a shift. As a result, these elevators basically belong to logistics. They maintain and service all facilities within Silencio, including the cellar. I didn't ask for so much information. Actually, since we had that autosave, I don't know how long this conversation's going to go, so maybe we should end it there. But yeah, I really don't know how many streams that this game is going to have, but I genuinely enjoy seeing how the story develops with each new one. I think it's really cool. And for today's stream, I kind of liked seeing how it raised questions about personal identity, like when, there's 2 individuals, like an individual at one time and another time, but like we think of them as the same person. What makes them the same person? In other words, like to take a different example, take like the you from 10 years ago and the you right now, like what makes those 2 entities the same person? Like, is it continuity of memories? Is it having the same body? Is it, having the same personality? Lots of cool questions and metaphysics that are about that. And I think this game is starting to lean into that a little bit with the talk of Jason and like who is the real Jason, and like are there 2 different or maybe even 3 different Jasons by this point. So yeah, I'm liking getting to see how that part of the story is developing. And I hope that we get to see more about whatever entity it was that killed the people in the prologue and then put us into Jason's body. Because I think that's probably the real heart of the story that we're getting to. But it's a bit of a slow burn. So anyway, thank you, chat, for sticking around, and I hope that you have a nice rest of the evening. I'll probably be playing this game again relatively soon, but first on Friday, we'll be doing probably a study stream. I'm thinking, Friday night study session. And I don't know if anyone will come or if it's a good idea to have study session on Friday night, but I figure it's worth a try, So that is planned for this Friday. And then on Saturday is the first, the collab, the inaugural collab of Philosophy with me, TFAir, and Karis Ufanor. So that will be on TFAir's channel on Saturday. All right, everyone, thank you again, and I hope you have a great rest of the evening. This is Axaeon signing off. I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everyone.